Hey, what's going on, my fellow collectors? Jim here with another another Star Wars Black Series review. I finally picked up the Luke Skywalker Island Luke figure. They finally clearanced this guy out at Target, so I picked him up for $14.99, which is the main reason why I picked him up. But the front of the packaging has some cool kind of artwork going on. We do have Star Wars Black Series, Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master, Arch Island, 2 Island, whatever they're talking about down here. Star Wars Black Series at the top. On the side, you got Luke on this side. You got this on this side. On the back, you do have an image of the figure, which looks nothing like the figure inside. But of course, you do have a little bit of a read up here. And of course, you can open this flap up to reveal more images of the figure, which look nothing like the actual figure. And then of course we do have the figure behind the bubble there, and it does come with a little piece of the island, so that's kind of neat and not bad, I guess. You're more or less paying 15 bucks for the figure. But yeah, that is the packaging. Let's pop this Luke out and take a closer look. Okay, so here is Luke out of the packaging along with his accessories. Now, I believe the only difference between this and the single carded version is just the cloth material. I believe this was all, kind of like that vinyl-y, rubbery plastic on the original, just single carded figure. So we do get this cloth robe, which has like really, really horrible stitching on the inside. But I mean, I guess for what it is, it kind of hangs on him alright. I don't know. It doesn't, it's not too bad. I mean, I guess I can personally live with it with a little bit of tweaking. But, it's just so funny with these figures, because let me show you the head sculpt and then compare it to what they have in the box here. If I can, oh shoot, the box is so big. There we go. Let's see if I can show you. So that's what the head sculpt was supposed to look like. But I mean, we all know that the promotional artwork isn't really, what the figure looks like out of packaging. And even like with this robe and everything. Pull this back. So I mean, but again, like Black Series normally does, the sculpt is there. The sculpt is there. It's just the paint isn't as good. So custom guys do really good job paints with these. But the hair is just solid gray color. There's no other colors in it whatsoever. But I think the sculpt overall isn't bad. We do have these 2 pieces of his robe here that are kind of like a soft vinyl. We do have his belt. We have a little hilt, but he has no lightsaber. This part of him is cloth. It's kind of like a very, very cheap feeling cloth. He does have some wraps down here that have a little bit of texture to them. He does have his mechanical hand, and it comes with another mechanical hand that is a fist. And then of course we get this island rock piece, which I mean, for what it is, isn't bad, but it's pretty plain. But it's got some decent sculpt to it. I think it needs a little bit more wash, but it has a little bit of grass in it, and there is even some pegs, so you can put some different figures on here. So, I mean, for what it is, it'll make a nice little display for some of your other action figures. Aliens, Predators, something like that. But it is a little bit on the big side. I mean, it is going to take up a little bit of real estate. Now, as far as his movement, it's normal Black Series. You get the movement at the head. You get him to look down. Doesn't really look up at all because of his head sculpt. Doesn't tilt side to side. He has a little bit of an ab crunch. You can bring him over about that much. Bring him back about that much. You do have swivel side and side. And that's all just at the waist. The arm will hinge out about that much, all the way around. Single bend gives them about 90 degrees. You do have swivel there. You do have swivel and hinge at the arm, and you do have swivel and hinge on the other hand. The legs kick out about that much. You do have a thigh cut. We'll go forward about that much, back way out at an angle. Double jointed knee. Nice range double jointed knee. And then of course you do have your standard hinge, which will bring the foot back about that much, forward about that much, and you do have your forward facing pin for rocker. So I think us older guys that grew up on the old Star Wars are definitely disappointed in, these newer Star Wars movies. But I mean, it is at least nice to pick up a version of, the Luke, even though they really did him dirty in the movie. But yeah, I mean, at least they're clearancing them out, so at least I don't feel too bad for paying, $15 for this figure. And I think I kind of prefer the cloth a little bit, even though it does kind of feel like that material that will maybe tether up on you. But so far, I haven't had too many issues, except for up here where it's starting to kind of tether up a little bit. He stands a little over 5.5 inches tall. And like I said, if you want to remove the one hand, you just pop it off, basically just with a peg. You can pop in the fist hand. Pretty simple. And of course it does, rotate. But yeah, he just looks miserable, doesn't he? On his face, just looks so miserable. But I guess he was pretty miserable being in the movie. But yeah, that was a look at the Black Series Luke Skywalker with the piece of the island. And as far as some comparisons, here he is next to a Mafex Boba Fett. As you know, Mafex does run a little bit on the taller side. Here he is next to a Black Series Chewbacca. But yeah, guys, that was a look at the Star Wars Black Series Luke Skywalker, the Island Luke, and that was the review. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I found mine at Target. They're finally starting to clearance them out for $15. So they might even get a little bit cheaper, as the newer stuff comes out. But that was the review. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next figure review. Take care.